come back to that. I guess it's time for us to start our journey here on African Fiesta. Our first stop will be Douala. Douala, where Slim McArnold is on standby. And when we reach out to him, the young entrepreneur will be telling us about the business cafe he organized last week under the banner of the Three Sons Business Solutions. And so, what was it all about? What did the participants learn? And what is it that he has off his sleeves right now? Let's go to Douala and welcome our first guest without much ado, Slim McArnold. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you today and how is Douala this afternoon?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. I just made a quick dash to Yaoundé, the capital city of Cameroon, for as
Right.
myself again business trip.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on the show. You are on your way to Yaoundé, but again, thank you because we're able to make this happen. And so, Slim is an entrepreneur. He is the founder of the Three Sons Business Solutions, which organized a business cafe last week in Douala that brought together young entrepreneurs. And the topic was, how do you sustain new businesses? But Slim, before we talk about that business cafe, what is the Three Sons Business Solutions all about?
Three Sons Business Solutions is a consulting firm that is specialized but not limited to the provision of strategic business management analysis to startup, intermediate and operational entrepreneurs and businesses. What we do basically is analyze your business for you, give the proper model after the proper risk assessment that will be suitable to sustain your business. The key word here being business sustainability and development, and all that pay special attention to the pure and perfect implementation of the whole commercialization process, training of staff, and capability building inclusive.
Tell us about some of the projects you have carried out so far.
Well, before the business cafe that took place on the 3rd of April, everything had been informal. Yeah, because the firm or the company itself was created in the month of September 2020. So this actually is the first official project that brought to the limelight the future projects that we have to carry out with the firm. Actually, we are already operating a business platform made up of 10 startups, but their activities per se starts with the launch of this business cafe.
Right. So tell us about this business cafe. What motivated you to organize this event, and what was it all about?
Okay, Ernest, after a study carried out by my firm, we realized in a period of 3 and 5 years, with the crisis irrespective in the northwest and the southwest, we realized that so many people do invest into business ventures, but they die out in very short time. That is to say, they're not sustainable. They are not sustainable not because they don't have the finances or not because they don't communicate on the business, but simply because they think having the finances to invest and communicating are the only prerequisites that is required for a successful business. So the idea is to let people understand that there is a commercialization process that must be respected and carried out by anybody who is interested in doing business or carrying out an entrepreneurial venture.
Right.
This is to say, you can't carry out anything, any venture of any kind that you deem to be profitable without necessarily having the knowledge about the market or the product
Mhm.
of what you want to carry out. So many people think that if you have the money, you have the idea of what you want to do, you just need to communicate and do some sort of marketing. And when people know about this product, it's okay, the business can run. No, that is why even in the marketplace, a place where it's been designed for people to sell products and services,
Mhm.
there are some people there who still have bad market, so to say. So that means attitudes, that means persons,
Mhm.
that means market studies, that means a business model, that means a perfect risk assessment, and many other factors contribute in a very long, short, not even short, medium, and long run operations to the
Mhm.
sustainability of a business.
Right.
So that is why in the conference we had panelists who delved on the key five takeaway points that have to do with the establishment of startups.
Mhm. Tell us about this panelists. Who was at this business cafe? Who did you have as the speakers, and why did you decide to get these people to come on board?
Well, the first reason is for any venture, first of all, involves the person,
Mhm.
and what is required of that person is what is required of the person in that particular domain or in that particular venture. You must know you, and you must know the competencies and the skills that are required.
Mhm.
So normally, HR management and talent development is important. So we had Mr. Benjamin Noor,
Okay.
who is a graduate from the Chartered Institute of Human Resources in Britain
Mhm.
and is certified, experienced human resource expert. He's worked with Shell, he's worked with Bectin, he's worked with Adax Petroleum,
Mhm.
he's worked with UBA, with Diageo, and he's now the CEO of Bliss Consulting in all capacities of human resource management and talent development. We had Olivia Esson, who is a specialist of more than 15 years experience in sales and marketing.
Mhm.
Now, the reason why we brought Olivia in was for the participants to know that sales and marketing is just a small parameter in the commercialization process. It all begins with the conception of the idea and the environment that it creates. And even at that, the idea of product implementation, the idea of market penetration, the idea of conjuring sales and marketing, the idea of synergizing these two aspects right up to the level of consumption, distribution, visibility plays a very vital role.
Mhm.
So sales and marketing is just one channel of the commercialization process. And most entrepreneurs, people had to know what it takes for a successful launch of a product into the market, sustaining the product in the market, completing its life cycle, and even giving opportunities for innovation. So Olivia is not only a CEO because she has her own brand of fancy clothes that she produces and manufactures now, that is in the cosmetic line.
Mhm.
She also is the Central African marketing manager of Danone Baby Foods and has been with Guinness as capacity of brand manager for Guinness. So her experience was quite enriching in that particular domain.
Mhm.
Now, we have regulations, government policies, and fiscalities that must be respected when you want to set up a venture. You don't just create ventures in the air because there are social media handles where you can be known. You think that that is the only prerequisite for you to make yourself known. No, there is a legal procedure that you have to carry out. Is the need for you to have a business license. There is a need for you to have a business identity. There is a need for you to have a taxpayer's card. That was where Mr. Lunga Rudolph came in because he is business development certified consultant with the Ministry of Small and Medium Sized Enterprises.
Mhm.
Most people just think that when you advertise your product on social media, that gives leeway, which is good. Now imagine that somebody sees you and is interested to do business with you, and then comes back to do business with you, and then finds out that you don't even have the necessary components of business identification,
Mhm.
that is taxpayers card. That person will never take you to be a successful businessman or somebody with ambition. So Younger came in to bring in the regulated parameters of business establishment.
Mhm.
That was his role. And he talked about bankable business models. That is as the missing link for business sustainability in Cameroon today.
Hmm.
We also had Mr. Otto Isong. Otto Isong Beseka is the creator and the founder of the biggest job search platform in Cameroon, that is Aqua Jobs.
Okay.
Now he came to give us a highlight and in-depth of finance and funding research advantages and opportunities when you want to set up a business. So those were the four panelists that we had on the conference on that 3rd of
It
April
was
in Ghana.
definitely a very wonderful discussion out there in Douala last week, and hopefully participants went home with good knowledge on how to manage their businesses and not to let them die prematurely. Slim McArnold is an entrepreneur, marketing expert, and a communicator. He is the CEO of the Three Sons Business Solutions. So, Slim, just before you go away, when next is when are you organizing the next business cafe?
Well, it's a team decision, but
Okay.
according to the blueprint, we intend to organize two business cafes
Mhm.
in 1 year.
Okay.
That is at the space of every six intervals of every 6 months.
Mhm.
Now, what is clear is that it will take place sometime that is going to be announced according to the convenience of the team and the team that will be chosen to be discussed upon, and
Okay.
most definitely the place, because what is clear is that we won't limit it only to Douala. Yes, it will be rotatory, can be a different town, different period. Anyway, this is just the beginning, and with a plan that is in place, most definitely, next you will be informed, and all those who are part of the platform will be informed.
Definitely, we will be here to tell this story when we have the next business cafe from the Three Sons Business Solutions. Slim McArnold, like I said, is an entrepreneur and marketing expert. Just before you go with Slim, could you just drop your contacts?
Okay, can be reached on through phone 237
Mhm.
674 401979.
Okay, the message.
That I'm not really present on social media handles except on Facebook,
Mhm.
and it's simply still McArnold.
All right. Slim, thank you so much. The message has definitely gone across. Congrats on the great job you are doing. And yours is a noble mission. Like I said, you will be back on this platform not too long from now. Do have a fantastic rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much. Nice
Mm.
weekend.
Right. And so that is how we saw it with our first guest in today's edition of African Fiesta on Apex One Radio. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are listening on apex1radio.com, if you're listening to us on the tuning app, thank you so much. If you're joining us on Facebook, then this is the place to be at this moment. So our next guest will be Cynthia Tabe. When she comes on the airwaves, she'll be telling us where she's been all this while and just how she sees PR and blogging today. But for now, let's listen to some music and I will be right back with you. Dynasty Lo Tigre featuring Stanley Eno.